RBT. Is that a person?
So today it is time to sit down, relax, and make a few people mad. Today is Super Bowl 54, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to bring back a quick little tier list video, as today, via a tier list, we will rank the quarterbacks that did win a Super Bowl since 2000. I don't know why it is worded that so weirdly. The Super Bowl winning quarterbacks since 2000. We're going to rank them on a tier list. And this is based on my opinion. I'm a moron. I just thought it would be interesting and be a fun little chill video to make for today. So if you guys do enjoy the tier list videos, let me know by smashing that like button. Since the off season is coming, I wouldn't mind doing more of these. So if you have any ideas for future tier lists, let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. And why should you subscribe? Because if and only if we do hit 500k by the end of February, we are going to be doing a $1,000 cash giveaway to one of you guys. And that's if and only if we do hit 500k, so make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That said, let's get into the tier list. So obviously this is extremely subjective, so just don't even, I don't know, I thought this was fun to make. So the way the tier list works is there's a ranking S, A, B, C, D. S being the best of the best and D being the worst of the worst. And I'm going to take into account their entire career. So I'm not going to rank a quarterback just based on their Super Bowl winning season, how they played in the Super Bowl. It's the quarterback as a whole, how they played, and how they stack up with the other quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowl. Now, let's start off with the first man, because that's just the smart thing to do. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers. Does Aaron Rodgers go up here? Does he go up here? He's won a Super Bowl. I think, to make things a little bit easier for you guys to understand, let's start the tier list video out like this. Tom Brady, he's S tier, obviously. He is S tier. He's won, what, 58 Super Bowls? He's 42, still rocking it, still probably going to play a few more years. Maybe not with the Patriots, but he is the benchmark for S tier. Actually, he's not, because nobody can surpass him because he's won the most Super Bowls. So, there might be there's probably going to be one more S tier quarterback here, but that's why it's so hard to even put like an Aaron Rodgers in S tier, because I feel like, obviously, don't yell at me. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, great quarterback, one of the best of all time. But in terms of Super Bowl winning quarterbacks and evaluating their career, I don't think he's on the same page as Tom Brady in terms of his career achievements. So that's why I think I'm going to stick Aaron Rodgers down here in A tier. A tier, obviously, nothing to laugh at. But I think Aaron Rodgers a solid A tier QB. Now, next, we have Mr. Big Ben. So Big Ben, he's won a few Super Bowls. I think we're going to stick him in D tier. Why? I'm joking. I think Big Ben is another one. He doesn't go in S tier. I feel like, same time, it feels weird putting him on the same level, but Big Ben's had a great long career, probably going to play for a few more years as well when he comes back from injury. Interesting to see how he comes back next year. He missed a full season this year. Steelers fans are going to be happy to see him and not Mason freaking Rudolph or Ducky Hodges. But I can't put Big Ben in B. I think Big Ben, for everything he's done in his career, he's been extremely consistent throughout his career. He's been like the OC, the offensive coordinator of that offense. I think he's got to go in A tier. He's not on there like a Tom Brady, but he's A tier for sure. Next, you have Brad freaking Johnson. The dude, he won a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers, but it's just weird. It's like you're making this tier list and you're like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, then you have Brad freaking Johnson. He had a couple good years in his career. He had obviously a good enough year to win the Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. I think it was, what, 2002? But he's just obviously not on the same level as a Tom Brady, as a Aaron Rodgers, as a Big Ben, not even close. I think, what did he make, 2 Pro Bowls in his career, although Pro Bowls, mean nothing anymore. Although, I guess it did back then, back in the 2000s, early 2000s, a little bit more, it was a little bit harder to make it back then. But Brad Johnson, do I put him D tier? Do I put him D tier? Oof. Brad Johnson, he is going to go D tier. And the more I look at this list and the rest of the players, it's weird. It's like a lot of these players belong in the same category. Or do they? I think we're actually, when we kind of compare all the players that have won, all the quarterbacks that have won Super Bowl since 2000, honestly, I think there's only one player that belongs on D tier, and honestly, I don't think it's Brad Johnson. I mean, Brad Johnson threw for like 30,000 yards in his career, 2 Pro Bowls, won a Super Bowl. I mean, he started in the league for, what, 8-9 years or so? I mean, threw for 4,000 yards a couple times, so it's not awful, but he's just not, like, there's a big difference, obviously, in Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, Tom Brady, and a Brad Goddamn Johnson. So next, why don't we go ahead and get this out of the picture here. We have this guy, Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer, he's an analyst now on ESPN. It's ESPN, but anyways, the guy, he's not good. Like, he wasn't, in comparison to the rest of these guys, just not good. Not good. He had a couple mediocre seasons, lucked up and won a Super Bowl this year. I believe, was this in 2000? Like, just in comparison, not a good QB. Barely threw for 10,000 yards in his career. I think he did end up making 1 Pro Bowl, but still, like, when you're comparing Trent Dilfer and Tom Brady on a tier list, they've got to be on opposite ends of the spectrum. So, Trent Dilfer all the way down there, D tier. Next, we have Drew Brees, and this is such a hard one, dude. I just don't know. I think there might be one other quarterback on this list, potentially goes in S tier. And Drew Brees, he's been so good, won a Super Bowl with the Saints, but still, there's that little difference that I can't put these guys in the same level in terms of taking their whole entire career, everything they've won. I can't put on the same list as Tom Brady, but Drew Brees, obviously spectacular. Like, you could rank these guys however you want to. I mean, I'm not ranking them any particular way aside from putting them in A tier, but great quarterback, every single one of them. I just don't think Drew Brees is there. He doesn't have 6 rings. Tom Brady has 6 rings. There's a big difference. I mean, an incredible QB throughout your career, winning the Super Bowl, but then you taking that and then adding 5 Super Bowls to that, mental scenes. But Drew Brees, A tier for sure. Now, here is the big discussion. Eli freaking Manning. Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, one of the few to beat Tom Brady, beat him both times in the Super Bowl. And everybody wants to argue this or that. He had a mediocre career. He was carried through those runs. He got lucky through those runs. He just retired. I have a lot of people debating whether or not he should make the Hall of Fame. I think Eli Manning should make the Hall of Fame. I mean, you don't win 2 Super Bowls and start pretty much all of your career and not make the Hall of Fame. Like, that's just not a thing. But at the same time, I respect him enough. Like, all these guys up here, Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame QBs. And it feels weird. I know Eli Manning has the Super Bowl success, but I would feel weird not, like, putting him on the tier as a Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers. As much respect as I give him for winning those Super Bowls, I just at the same time don't want to put him in the same category as Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, Drew Brees. I mean, obviously he's had success in his career. He's good. Quality quarterback throughout his career, obviously tailed off there at the end. Maybe hung along a little bit longer than he should have. But I think he's for sure a B-tier quarterback. Right there, mid of the pack, when you were talking about all these quarterbacks that have won a Super Bowl since 2000. Next, Joe freaking Flacco. Me personally, I've never been a fan of Joe Flacco. I thought he's always been very, very underwhelming. And I'm going to put him C-tier. There with Mr. Brad Johnson. I mean, he had that 1 year with the Ravens. He pretty much kind of ruined the Ravens franchise for a few years since, like they just got Lamar Jackson. They're finally getting over that, like, hump that they went in when they signed Joe Flacco to the huge deal that he did. He way freaking overpaid for what he brought to that team. And he was really carried by a great defense and a magical run sparked by Ray Lewis, and knowing that was his last year to win the Super Bowl that he did. So he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but now he's backing up in Denver, beat out by Drew Lock, was beat out by Lamar Jackson, I mean, even when Lamar Jackson struggled as a rookie. So I cannot put him, like, I think at this point there's a bigger difference in B and C tier than there is in A and B tier. Like, these QBs, I'm even thinking about maybe putting Joe Flacco down here, although he should be above Trent Dilfer for sure. But I can't put him here up there with the Eli Manning. I mean, he's been average throughout his career, and he won the Super Bowl, but I can't put him up here. But I can't put him down here either. I'm interested to hear you guys' opinions on Mr. Joseph Next, we have Kurt Warner. What a guy. Undrafted. His story's incredible. Came into the NFL after having success in the CFL. And he had a great career. Put up, like, robotic, Madden-esque numbers throughout his career. Won a few Super Bowls, right? Did he win one or two? He won two, right? I could be wrong. Did he win two? Bro. And he at least won one. He might have won two. I apologize for my ignorance there. But still, the reason I put Kurt Warner above Eli Manning is because of his consistency. His play was way more consistent throughout his career, even in his older days, than Eli Manning. So I think Kurt Warner has to be. He has to be A tier. Like, he's not quite S tier, but he's A tier. He's A tier. He's right up there. He's close to it, but he's A tier. I don't think anybody that's far can be up there with Tom Brady. Next, we have Nicholas Foles. Had that magical run as backup quarterback to win the Super Bowl, taking over for the injured Carson Wentz. But aside from that, like, I don't know what it was. He just doesn't perform outside of that given circumstance. Like, he got beat up by Gardner Minshew. Like, Gardner Minshew won the job from Nick Foles when Nick Foles came back from injury. Well, like, technically he got injured and then Gardner Minshew won the job. But when Nick Foles came back, he played a game and the team saw, like, he's not doing nearly as good as a 6th-round rookie Gardner Minshew. So I'm not saying that Nick Foles is bad at all, and he still has plenty of time in his career. But right now, he's more than likely going to be a backup, although he signed a ridiculous deal. I thought he got way overpaid. But at the same time, like, he's not up there. He's not even close. He's not even close to Eli. And, like, this might sound bad, but, like, he shouldn't even... He might honestly be down here. In terms, like, I know it's kind of harsh saying he's below Joe Taco. Joe Taco? Dude, Joe Taco. I love it. Joe Taco? Dude, Joe Flacco's marketing team should have heard that from me and make their own taco brand. Joe Taco. But Joe Flacco, I think I'm actually going to put Nick Foles D tier just because, I mean, he's not even been a starter for more than, just a couple of years in his career. He had the one Super Bowl win, but now he's basically a backup in Jacksonville. And I like Joe Flacco, as much as you want to hate on him and say how average he was, at least he started for 10 years of his career, 12 years, however long it was. So I think it's fair. When you're like, I wouldn't say Nick Foles is a D tier quarterback in general when you're like saying the current state of NFL quarterbacks, but when you're comparing the Super Bowl winning quarterbacks since 2000, I think Nick Foles is down there in D tier. So that's difficult. I didn't think about that until I got into talking about it. But yeah, I think he's D tier. That could change throughout his career, but right now he's down there in D tier. Now, here is Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is the only other QB, I think, on this list. It's won a Super Bowl since 2000. The only QB I do believe that belongs S tier with Peyton Manning. I mean, with Tom Brady. I mean, obviously, like, you guys know what Peyton Manning's done throughout his career. Multiple Super Bowls. Even went with the Broncos after he had that huge injury. Colts kind of shoved him out and then won a Super Bowl. And I think he even made it to 2 Super Bowls, right, with the Broncos. And what a QB. He revolutionized the game. One of the best quarterbacks. He's top 5 quarterbacks all time for sure. Especially when you like comparing the QB since 2000, he is for sure S tier. I think rightfully belongs there. The 2 QBs I have S tier: Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And last but not least, Mr. Russell Wilson. I think he rightfully belongs here on A tier. Has won a Super Bowl. Oh, he has won a Super Bowl. Could have easily won 2 if he would have ran the football. And the thing is, Russell Wilson still has a solid, maybe 8-9 years left in the league. So he very easily, out of all the QBs on this list, yeah, definitely, is the only one I think has the potential. I mean, maybe you could say Aaron Rodgers because he's only 36, 37 years old, so he could play another 5 or so years. But I don't see Aaron Rodgers winning another 2 Super Bowls. But he's the only QB I think on this list that has the potential to go up there into S tier with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning because he's done so well in his career, been always extremely consistent, has never gotten injured. I don't think he's ever missed a game. He's made it to 2 Super Bowls, won 1. He's going to be right there in the thick of things for a long, long time. Now, if he can win 2 more Super Bowls, I think he'll be up there. But like going from this to being in the same rank as Peyton and Tom Brady, that's a tough ask. But that's my tier list. I'll zoom in one last time for you guys. I think that's good. I know I'm still gonna get a lot of hate for this, But that's my opinion. I told you guys, disclaimer at the beginning, I'm a moron, so why even listen to me? But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. With that said, it's 1:11 a.m. I'm going to go take a nap.